Jai Hind viewers, in addition to current activities of MRO Digest Forum, we wish to share important facets of MRO through MRO Digest dialogues with you. We are privileged to have our subject matter expert, Lieutenant General J.S. Matharu, who is a very senior veteran who has served as DGIS as well as Commandant MCEME. He specializes in military vehicle technology, having done his master's from RMCS UK. He has also done his pioneering work in retrofitment of Vijayanta tanks with T-72 engines. So, today we shall be exposing the important facets of MRO through the vision of General Matharu, who has kindly consented to be our guest today. Welcome, General Matharu.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time for the MRO Digest dialogues. Sir, what are your views on MRO opportunities in India at this point of time, sir?
Firstly, Jai Hind to all of us, to all our viewers also. And thank you very much, General Shok, for giving me this opportunity. Well, I feel that our human resource is world class. More than 10 Indian origin CEOs head top world class companies. Our tech manpower is sought after by major MNCs. Top companies are setting up R&D facilities in India to get easy access to our qualified human resource. All this proves that we have world-class HR. It is my experience that our people are very good and very fast learners and can excel in any field.
Uh,
Comprehensive national power is the totality of a country's economic, military, and political power in a given period. It signals the country's comprehensive development level and its position in the international system. It can also be defined as the degree of ability to mobilize and utilize strategic resources of a country to realize national objectives.
Well said, sir.
Our
In fact, you have very aptly highlighted your views on MRO opportunities in India. I was keen to actually know now that India, having reached the fifth largest economic position in the world, is moving with a fast pace to become the third largest economy if we have to believe IMF by 2027. So, given your explanation of CNP, which you just did, how do you think that the MRO in India can contribute for enhancing the comprehensive national power, sir?
Thank you. That's a very nice question. So, just to reiterate, the most commonly accepted factors of comprehensive national power are economy, military strength, internal cohesion, governance, human capital, science and technology, knowledge and information, geography and natural resources, foreign policy and diplomacy, and national will and leadership. Note that military strength, human capital, science and technology, and knowledge and information are factors influenced by the MRO capabilities of a country. It is therefore obvious that optimal opportunities and effective utilization of our MRO HR is bound to enhance our comprehensive national power. Here, speaking about military strength, a nation's capability to acquire main equipment for war is often restricted. In such a scenario, there is no choice but to maintain, repair, and overhaul the equipment to extend its life.
You have actually highlighted a very, very important facet, and more related to that, we will cover as we go ahead. But in your assessment, what do you think are the challenges, which we face for looking at this important component in our country?
Yes, yes, that's a very important question. And I would like to cover a little bit of the what we need to, in a war zone, for example, to give you an idea of an area where how MRO becomes very challenging. So, over there, the maintainer is under a lot of pressure. His skills, knowledge, and ability become his mainstay. Each one of these is something which becomes critical because backup becomes almost impossible. And at the crucial point when everything must work, the one resource which totally disappears is the luxury of time. And he has to do with whatever is available. So during peacetime, we have to train our people to be ready for the war. And the complexity of the equipment which we have deployed and the criticality of the skill at the point of decision, it compels the creation of many specialized trades. This makes the task of training and deploying even more challenging. So, however, the point is that all this very well trained, highly skilled manpower is available to us during their service as veterans.
Well, sir, you are rightly writing out the role which veterans can play. I will just add another dimension for you to enlighten us on that issue. While the equipment maintenance per se, irrespective of nature, poses multiple kind of challenges, but that becomes very, very profound as you highlighted when we are into the war or in the battle zone. So, in your wisdom, sir, what are the challenges which we see specifically to the military maintenance, and what are the lessons we can learn so that we can imbibe those in our current equipment handling, sir?
Well, I know from experience that it takes many, many hours of training to get a skilled technician who can work independently. And so it is, crucial that we find ways of giving opportunities to our highly trained veterans to be able to, utilize their skills later on in life. And we also, have this very large human capital which is trainable. So I feel that it is important that we are able to provide means for them to be able to also contribute to our comprehensive national power by becoming MRO highly skilled and trained resources. And as you know, the profile of the equipment keeps changing. And so the maintenance of equipment in the military also keeps changing. And similarly, you will find they in the civil also. So the challenges which are there in the civil are similar, I would say, to the military. A lot of lessons can be drawn from our military because when we are able to maintain our equipment in very stressful conditions, then from there the lessons can be drawn and we can use them in the civil also. And in the peacetime, we have got many, many facilities which are located everywhere. So the lesson is that how we can somehow get all of it together into one aggregated resource where we are able to link our very highly trained human resource with the place where that is the human resource is needed. So somehow we must keep training our people and we make them available to the locally as well as globally. And there is where the main challenge I feel lies, that how do we do this? It's a sort of a low hanging fruit, I would say, which can be enhance our comprehensive national power. So the main challenge is and lesson is that how do we draw that for our overall national good.
Thank you very much, sir. You have actually brought out a very, very relevant issue, including our capacity to leverage our expertise, irrespective of the field, whether it is required by the military or it is required by the civil. The current generation, sir, irrespective whether it is in the civil industry or in the military hierarchy, they are trying to look at the equipment maintenance and the MRO issues in some way. But with your vast experience and the expertise and having seen the world over how the things are happening, can you suggest some ways which they can look at for moving forward in this particular direction, sir?
Yes, I feel that we must look at the all the possibilities. We must somehow keep our people. We must aggregate, as I said earlier. We must find out what are the total resources which are available in the country, and we should also look at the cross dimensional utilization of these resources. For example, a highly skilled avionics mechanic or technician from the armed forces can give a lot of support in his veteran years to the civil industry. The now with India having this wonderful, great thrust toward Atam Nirbharta. We are having Indian OEMs also coming in, so they are. It is ideal for them to look at this trained manpower. I know that nationally we have databases of skilled people, so they can further be enhanced, and we should be able to give them a window that the OEMs, the other people who are looking at MRO locally and globally to draw on our very skilled manpower, both I would say military as well as civil. And I feel that we must try and create MRO hubs in the country. If we are able to create such hubs, both locally and globally, then we can deliver wonders. And so, as I alluded earlier, the digitization of trained HR data and trainable HR data can facilitate the connect of this manpower with such MRO hubs and also OEMs.
That's a beautiful idea, sir. Actually, the databases of the skilled manpower, looking at their expertise, making that available in transparent manner, either to the civil industry or to the military industry, in case the latter is interested in the leveraging the veterans' skills. And then you also brought out very beautifully the need of MRO hubs getting created, so that India is not only able to take care of its own MRO needs but becomes a central and focal point for the world over. Now, having said so, sir, every activity has to have some kind of goal setting. Otherwise, the effort doesn't remain focused towards that. So, in your wisdom, sir, based on your experiences, what should be our goal in the MRO domain in India at this juncture, sir?
So our goal is to create a success story for MRO HR capital, because MRO HR capital is the our own resource. And if we look at it, I think in large parts of it are uh, beyond a particular age are sitting idle. So when we have succeeded so beautifully to become the uh, world capital for IT based on our IT HR, so we must now work towards making ourselves the MRO capital of the world. We are ideally located geographically, and all the air routes are passing over our nation's land. So we can do that. So we have got a huge connect with the sea, and we can do that. We are already doing that. It is starting to show. We can have our MRO personnel trained in the land systems go abroad, and if we have our companies are creating such facilities outside, we have experience of something like that in the infrastructure where our companies are going out. So, the thing is, why this is a very, very lucrative way to contribute to comprehensive national power. Exporting IT is easy as it is done online. Exporting products is tough because of the complex logistics chains which are needed. And it is, of course, the most important thing to be able to export. However, exporting HR skills in MRO is somewhere in between. Here we need to send our HR capital to our worldwide MRO hubs, and traveling is easier than transportation of products. This can be a huge advantage if we can create a worldwide market for our MRO services.
Thank you very much, sir. In fact, the country will remain grateful to you for having created MRO Digest, and through which you are trying to enrich the country and the world in this particular and most important domain. In your vision, sir, you would have thought as to how the MRO Digest can help the MRO setups in the country and to achieve the intended goals. So, for the our viewers, sir, in case you could highlight as to in what way can your MRO Digest, your dream project, can help in working towards achieving this goal of MRO becoming a national resurgence and contributory resource to the comprehensive national power, sir.
So it's very kind of you to General Ashok to say such big words for this very humble effort of mine. See, the reason is that we need to contribute to our country as citizens. Now that I have retired, I am a veteran, I have time with me, and that rich experience of so many years is also there. And I felt that there is a need. There are a number of MRO platforms available in the country. I'm aware of that. But this one, in this area, especially to start with, talking about how do we bring about better MRO in our defense forces and in the civil. How do we, and all the people are veterans who have got so much of service. So I felt that maybe we can create a platform where everybody can come together and we can talk about it. So my basic aim is a humble effort to create a platform. So my aim is that this platform should attract more and more MRO professionals who should, from across all domains, and who should like to share their views, as I have said in the byline on the main page of the forum which we started, MRO Digest forums, that I am seeking value through discourse. So this, as we have seen, that you have been very richly participating, and we have got very senior people who are in our group who are helping us and who are guiding us. So with all that, I feel that this wisdom, when it comes forward in a public platform, there's a likelihood that more and more MRO professionals will join us and share their wisdom, so that we can help our nation in its quest to become the MRO capital of the world.
Thank you very much, General Matharu, sir, for sparing your valuable time for this dialogue. Gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's dialogue, wherein General Matharu, the subject matter expert, has highlighted some of the important facets of MRO for your knowledge. We shall be more than happy to seek the inputs from any one of you who have been listening these dialogues, to participate in these dialogues for our future endeavors. If you have expertise in any field related to MRO in India or abroad, you can connect on the MRO Digest forum by sending your expertise details in brief, and we will have you connected to share your thoughts for the larger good of the nation and the world. With that, we conclude the today's dialogue. Thank you for sparing your time and being with us. Thank you very much.